So this Sunday, the Niners come to town to Houston to take on the Tom Savage-led Texans. And this Niners team is going to be pretty hard to really look at because they have Jimmy Garoppolo now. Jimmy Garoppolo, as you guys know, started his first game last week and he won against the Bears on a last second field goal. They kicked 5 field goals to send the Niners to 2-10, but throughout the season the Niners haven't really been all that good. But it's really going to be hard to judge the current Niners team with a brand new quarterback change, if you get what I'm saying. But anyways, let's get right to this. The 49ers score an average of 16.8 points per game, which is 29th in the league. And last week with Jimmy Garoppolo, it was pretty much more of the same. They only scored 15 points against that Bears defense, all field goals. They get an average of 327.2 yards per game, which is 21st in the league. They have 226.5 passing yards per game, which is 17th in the league. And they average 100.8 rushing yards per game, which is 22nd in the league. So their offense isn't really all that great, really. Of course, as you guys know, Jimmy Garoppolo is a brand new starting quarterback for them, and we don't really know how their offense is going to react to the quarterback change down the stretch, because it takes a while or it's going to take a while for Jimmy to get comfortable with the offense, get comfortable throwing to those guys. I mean, he just got there like 4 weeks ago, so who knows if this offense can all of a sudden pick up, because Carlos Hyde, I'm not really a big fan of him, but you gotta give credit where credit is due. The guy, 52 receptions, 307 yards, 693 rushing yards. He accounts for 1,000 of the Niners' total yards, and he's actually their most targeted receiver, followed by Pierre Garcon, who has 500 receiving yards, and Marquise Goodwin, 35 receptions, 677 yards. So Goodwin is really their most productive, I guess, offensive player or receiver for that matter. And their offensive line, they've allowed 37 sacks on the season, so yeah, that's not really all that promising. However, Jimmy Garoppolo has only been sacked twice, so maybe Jimmy can get rid of the ball quicker so he doesn't take as many hits. I don't know, but this Niners offense does have somewhat of a talent. Not really a legitimate number one receiver, but they have a lot of people that can get annoying. They can find ways to get open. Like Marquise Goodwin, that guy's a burner. He can burn you. And Pierre Garcon, I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with Pierre Garcon. He used to play for the Colts a while ago with Peyton Manning, and yeah, he was annoying. Of course, he's older now. Probably he's not as good as he was back then, but still can give the Texans trouble. Now, when we move on to the defense, it's pretty much more of the same. And it's not like their defense doesn't have talent, because they have like 3 first-rounders on that defensive line. They have Reuben Foster as their middle linebacker, and he's like the best rookie middle linebacker this season. And secondary is pretty, I guess, slightly below average, because they allow 231.3 passing yards per game, Their rushing defense, however, allows 123.9 rushing yards per game, which is 28th in the league, which is pretty bad. And I don't get how that is, because, I mean, the talent is there. I mean, Solomon Thomas, Reuben Foster, Eric Armstead, what's his name, Forrest Buckner. Like, there's more guys. These guys are pretty stacked up front. Yet, they've only really gotten 22 sacks, so I don't know what gives. I don't know if it's the scheme for this team or the fact that this team is always, or this defense is always out there due to the bad offensive play from, Brian Hoyer, CJ Beathard, and, well, just really them two, because Jimmy just came in for them. They allow an average of 24.8 points per game, which is 24th in the league. So, again, this defense isn't really good, and it's not a talent-based thing. On that secondary, though, there is one guy to watch out for, and that's Eric Reid. And not because, just watch out for him, that guy could completely ruin your game plan, but no, because the Texans are in need of secondary help. Eric Reid is going to be a free agent, so Eric Reid could possibly be a future Texan, so watch out for him and what he does. But other than that, I don't really have much else to say about these 49ers, because there's not much to say. They're a bad 2-10 team due to bad quarterback play. Maybe Jimmy Garoppolo can turn that around. Maybe he can't. So, that's all I really have for you guys today, and Niners fans. If you're watching, comment down below if I missed anything about your team, because I have not watched a single 49ers game all season, so I really do not have much of a clue what your team really is. I haven't watched your team play at all. I mean, I could look at stats, I could look at the roster, and I know some of these players, but at the end of the day, I haven't watched them play at all, so can't really say much. So, yeah, with that being said, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring that little notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload a video or start up a live stream. And be sure to follow me on Twitter at LSticky'sLair. So with that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.